Yes, I can light the whole universe. I am different, I am purpose, I am brilliant. Yes, I feel it.
All right. Hey, welcome to another Sunday premiere. I always have to think in advance right before I start filming, like, am I going to make this one a Sunday premiere? And yes, this is our Sunday premiere. So this one is going to be all about dupes. Not dupes. Yeah, you know, dupes. Because there's this whole controversy with them. But we're not going to talk about the controversy with them, which is silly. But anyway, I'm going to talk about some dupes I found of products in my collection. So if you would like to see what dupes I have of you know, high-end products, let's go on and talk about it. Okay, so let me just say that was like a sucky intro. I don't know what that was about. I don't know. I'm filming and I'm into this, but I don't know what happened just then. So just excuse me. So let's talk about dupes. Now, I kind of started finding dupes over a year ago, but it's like I just never got around to doing a video with them. And then I looked and some of the products are no longer available, so that really sucked. So I couldn't use those, and it just so happened I was like, okay, let's look at some things you have and see, do you have actually some dupes for this stuff? Because some of this, because listen, makeup can be pricey, and we don't have to spend all of our money. Now, true enough, I spend a lot of money, and I viva la high, but the reality is that sometimes our budgets, sometimes we just don't want to spend that much on it, but we would like something similar to something that's out there. So that's why people do these dupes, and I know they're very popular because we want to know stuff like this. So I'm going to do some dupes now. Now, with that all being said, with all that out of my mouth, this is not going to have any eyeshadow dupes because I'm going to do that as a separate video because I'm working on some things. And I tend to do those as kind of standalone videos anyway because you want to kind of compare and contrast those a little more. These are just like talking about one shade and everything. So that's why we're going to do it like this. So let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing is primer. And when it comes down to primer, we just know the biggest dupe is for this Tatcha silk primer, the silk canvas primer, that is so damn expensive, which is $52. And now we know that the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer is a great dupe form. I've done a video on it. We will put it in the cards someplace up in here. Yeah, and it's $8. So that is just like, come on now. That's like 6 times, almost 7 times cheaper than the original. Yeah, you're going to get that Poreless Putty. And the thing with it is, though, is it's being snatched up. It's hard to get that e.l.f. right now because everybody who wanted the Tatcha silk, they found out about the Poreless Putty, and it's $8, so everybody's getting it. So if you want it, you better snatch it up soon. Now let's talk about some foundations. When it comes to foundations, I'm talking about the finishes and do they wear similar? Okay, so for first one for me is honestly, I really do like the Luminous Silk Foundation. I didn't know I think I was going to like it as much, but I really do. But this baby is like, what is it, $60-something? I put the price up here because she expensive. I think I'm going to put the prices up of each product, okay? And then, but what I like and has a similar finish on my skin, now it might not have the same finish on yours, is the Revlon Candid, Photo Ready Candid Foundation. This is a newer product. I like them both because they have a more satiny finish to them. The Luminous Silk is not as luminous as you think it is. It's more of a satin finish. And this has a very satin finish also. And they wear about the same on my skin. So that's that. All right, now if you're looking for full coverage, you need that full coverage beat. You need that face beat, and you need it to stay on all day. Everybody knows YSL All Hours is your face gonna be the same, gonna stay. However, it's pricey. We know she pricey. YSL, we love you, but you can be a little pricey, girl. But if you're looking for that, you can always go on and get this Maybelline Superstay. The Superstay has full coverage foundation, has the same type of wear time. It wears similar on your skin. You know, the coverage is the same, very full coverage. So yeah, there you go. There you have that. All right, now let's get into some face products. Y'all know I love face products. Now, when it comes down to these, they're not necessarily super perfect, but they'll be as close that I can find to that particular product. Because face product, they don't play with these face products now. These face products can be a little high on you, a little high. Now, I do have a bronzer dupe, but I cannot find it. So I'll just tell you, like for the Hoola bronzer right here. I can't find my e.l.f., but the e.l.f. has the, I'm sorry, let me scratch. Okay, e.l.f. had, don't you hate that when that happens? e.l.f. has a bronzer, they have bronzer palettes. They have a dupe for the Hoola bronzer in both of them. I have the dark to deep, and it has the lighter shade is a dupe for the Hoola. In their light to medium, they have that dupe in there also. So if you're looking for, go ahead. If you don't want to spend the $30 on Hoola, go on and get that e.l.f. palette for $6. I'm just trying to help. With this having it out, let's just go on and talk about the blush that's in here. Now, let me just tell y'all, I love, hold on for a second. Let me find the blush. Okay, since we're talking about that, this is one of my favorites, is California. Oh, I forgot that was happening. This is California, and it's such a pretty, you know, one of these orgasmic kind of, the orgasm kind, orgasmic, did I say that? That orgasm kind of vibe, you know, this very pretty, peachy, goldy color. Now, what I found that is pretty much an exact dupe for this is very similar, and I'm going to show it to you if you look at them side by side. If I just open them up, you can see that this is the WetNWild Pearlescent Pink. And this is so very similar to California. I know they say that it's very similar to Orgasm too, but I have one that I find that's a little deeper. The difference is like the Pearlescent Pink can be a little more intense, you know, and honestly, it's a more intense one, and it has a little more sparkle than the California, but when you on your cheek, they look very similar on your cheek. So I love, so if you don't want to spend, what is it, $20-something for that, then go and get this. I'm just saying. All right, next up is, now this is a funny one because this kind of happened by a happenstance, which is always happens, but it happened because neither one of these blushes were the color that I thought they were, but they are a dupe for each other. So this is the Ofra blush in Milani. I got this during my blush apocalypse, and this is the color, right? Now, when I got it, I thought in the picture it was much more saturated. So I was not expecting this. I was expecting it a deeper color. So, oh, look, I got stuff all over me. So when I got it, I was like, Now, on the skin, I'll be honest with you, I can wear it this time of year. It's a very nude color on me. Very nude color. But then it just so happens I bought these e.l.f. ones too. So the e.l.f. primer infused ones. And this is in Just Cheeky. Always Cheeky, I'm sorry. This is Always Cheeky. And I got this one. I was like, this looks light too. But then I happened to look at them. I said, you know, these are kind of similar, y'all. And if you look at them on the skin, the Always Cheekies are just a little bit lighter. But honestly, when I put them on, they don't look that much different. And the Ofra one is like $20-something or $30-something. Like I said, I have the prices. And we know this is $6. And if you wait for a sale, you can get it for $3. But yeah, so these are very similar. They have that very light, neutral, nude color that is very good for very fair skins up to my complexion. I can wear this in the wintertime. Not after that. Not after that at all. All right, next up is, of course, if we're going to do a dupe video, we got to talk about NARS Orgasm. We're going to have some blush. We got to have a NARS Orgasm. So let's talk about the NARS Orgasm. So here's the NARS Orgasm right here. Let's put a little NARS Orgasm. Now, you know, NARS got that. This is an iconic blush. Everybody loves it. It's that peachy pinky color. Now, everybody says that Luminoso is in Milani. But for me, I found that right here, this is the NARS Orgasm. That Dolce pink is actually closer in it now. Because I know now they have done, honestly, you know, because the pink in it. So if I put them both down, you're going to see like, wait a minute, that Dolce pink is kind of more close to it. Yes. because there's a pink undertone to the orgasm. And this has, if you look at the Dolce pink, it has kind of like a peachy pinky color to it, right? So when you look at them together, the more orgasm is a little more peachy, but when I put them on, they almost look the same. When you shear them out on your skin, you kind of get that peachy pinky vibe with them. So that's why I pull for Dolce pink over like Pearlescent pink or Luminoso, because Luminoso I find is too peachy and it doesn't have enough pink running through it for it to be a really good orgasm dupe. Now the last blush dupe is Becca, and that is the Wild Honey. Now I've just gotten into the Becca blushes only because I got them half price, because Becca blushes are out of control. They're like $34, $36, but they're nice, but they are expensive. So I got this one. This is Wild Honey, and this is once again a beautiful, beautiful neutral color for the skin. I love a good neutral nude blush. If you like to see a neutral nude, I actually am going to do one. Some of my favorites. Let me know. I'm going to do it. So right here, I mean, you can barely see it because it's so nice. Let me pull down that light some. You can barely see it. It's just so beautiful. Now, the dupe I have found is the Flower Pots powder blush in Peach Primrose right here. Let me give y'all that one right here. When you put it on, you can barely see the difference in them. Now, the Peach Primrose is a little bit lighter, but when you put them on, oh my goodness, this is almost the same colors, right? Because this is a little bit darker, this is a little bit lighter, but once you put them on, they almost look exactly the same on. So, you know, Peach Primrose is it if you don't want to spend that money on Wild Honey. And that stuff starts, no, okay, hold on. Let's go to highlighters. All right, so now let's talk highlighters. So I got 4 of them for y'all. 4 dupes. And we know that highlighters are like the sexy, you know, sexy part of makeup. Eyeshadows and highlighters are the sexy parts, you know, the get that glow. So let's talk about how to get that glow on a budget when you're trying to get that look like some of these more higher priced ones. So I'm going to start out with this one. This is Ofra. And this is Star Island in this palette right here. You can get this as an individual, but this is Star Island right here. Star Island is, let me get this off. All right, Star Island is a very, you know, white-based, it's a very white-based, right? So that's it right there. And now the one I found that's like it is one of my e.l.f. Shimmer highlighting powders. Once again, you can get this. Now, this whole palette was $35. I think, yeah, these are like $35 a piece, just individually. But let me just show y'all. Now, you see how that's like an icy kind of white? It's not for me. I mean, that's not my look. But this is the one I found that has a very, I mean, like, put it on. It's like, oh, snap. This is Starlight Glow by e.l.f. And they are very like, well, maybe if I put them on at about the same intensity, you will see they're very white-based, had that white-based vibe to them, and, you know, for fairer skin tones. So if you don't want to spend money on like a Ofra one and you want to get that white-based look, go with Starlight Glow by e.l.f. All right, next up is, and this one I have been trying to figure out the, you know, because this was a limited edition. This is one of the Smashbox and Vlada ones. This is in Gilded Rose. This is the one that I have. B has the darker one. I have the lighter one, Gilded Rose. Now, first off, I just love it for the packaging. I mean, just you know, we know I bought it. Part of the draw was the packaging, but it is a really pretty, very light pink. You know, this is the lighter of the pinks, but it has that beautiful intensity. You know, it's not too sheer, And so it took me a while to kind of figure it out and play with them. And I said, I gotta have something in here. But I don't buy a lot of pink highlighters. I noticed that. I'm not a big pink. Even though I like pink, I don't buy a lot of them. So anyway, this is the Gilded Rose. And what I found is the closest dupe I could find to it is Precious Petals by WetNWild. And we're talking about a $4.99. So I spent, and I always had this. So I spent $36, and it's got a cute little embossing too, right? So I spent $36. And I had basically the same color sitting right here. So if, you know, you missed out on that one and you really wanted to have that particular color, go with the Precious Petals by WetNWild. There you have it. All right, so next up, I'm going to talk about the Amrezy highlighter. Now, the Amrezy highlighter was the highlighter that shook 2018, that shook it to the core. The Amrezy was so serious that ABH had to bring it back because people was begging for it so much. Please, Anastasia, bring it back. I got the first run, though. I ain't going to lie. We all know what it looks like. If you are into makeup, you know what it looks like. And I will say I use it, but I'm just like, you know, I'm not super blown over, but that's because I love peachy highlighters. But anyway, this is a beautiful, beautiful gold highlighter, and it's a sheer gold that plays well on so many skin tones. So that's why it's so super popular. Now, bear with me. This is the one that I found that is very similar to it. Now, of course, it doesn't have the same silky feeling as that one does, but when it's on the skin, looks about the same. And this is the NYX Born to Glow highlighter in Chosen One. So, like, even if I put them on my fingers, and so if you see when you shear it out, they're very similar in color. Of course, this one, this Born to Glow, is of course nowhere silky like that. It's a much drier formula. It's a decent highlighter. I think it's like $7.99. It's not one that you're gonna be like, you're not gonna be blown away by it, but it does give you the same finish. It does on the skin and looks about the same. So that's what a good dupe does. All right, now the last dupe is for Becca, because you know Becca is expensive. You know what I'm saying? $38 highlighters, $34, $36 blushes. So we need to sometimes dupe Miss Becca. So now this is my opal. Now, excuse the way she looks. She had a little mishap and I had to put her back together again. You know, Humpty Dumpty fell, but Humpty Dumpty did get put back together again. Remember? You know, all the king's horses and all the king's men. Oh, we put this Humpty Dumpty together again for $30-some. Oh, it was going to get put back together. It was going to get put back together. So anyway, we all know opal. Opal is a very classic, you know, shade from Miss Becca. And I'm no lie here. I like Becca highlighters. Becca highlighters are beautiful and lovely on the skin. Very soft. Do not travel with these babies though, because they break to death. Them in the Geode. So, you know, it's a pretty gold color, light gold, champagne-y kind of vibe to it. And so what I found is the Milani Day Glow in Strobe Light in Day Glow. And this is the Day Glow one. And it has a very similar consistency because, you know, Milani don't play when they put their stuff out. Milani does not play. So there we have those two right there. And so they look very, I don't know, maybe it's my lighting because my lighting makes them look off, but over here, but I know they are because when I look down, they look really good. Almost the same thing. So if the lighting might be messing with my stuff, and I apologize if it does. All right. So that is it for the highlighters. We got 4 highlighters. Lastly, let's talk lips because you got to have dupes for the lip stuff because if you're like me, and I know a lot of you all are, we buy lip products all the time. And a lot of times, even if you're not a huge makeup person, you wear lip products. So you got to have some dupes because you can't be buying all that $20-something, $18 lip products. We going to need some $5, some $6, some no more than $10, $9.99. That's what we need. Okay, so let's talk about them. All right, so let's start out with glosses. I have 4 dupes on here too. I should just do that, like make sure I have 4. Try to have 2 of each or 3 of each. You know, make it very uniform. That's very anal, isn't it? Okay, so let's talk about them. All right, so anyway, let's talk about the lip ones. So I'm going to start off with glosses. Now, what I'm going to start out with is Buxom. Buxom is one of my favorite lip products. Lip glosses. I love Buxom lip glosses. Have a bunch of them. But they're pricey. They're what, $21, I think? $21, $22. I usually try to buy them when they go on sale. But anyway, with that, this is one of my favorites. This is Milani. Now, what I'm going to show you is not necessarily a color match for this one because I don't have necessarily a color match in these. but they are very similar on the way the type of colors they have and the way they wear on your lips and everything, because, you know, Buxom has a very kind of sheer formula, but very pretty. Something about the Buxom ones, I love them. Like this is Bellini right here. And so this is one of my favorites, is Bellini. This is one of my favorites. And, you know, they are very sheer, but they look really pretty and, you know, juicy on the lips. Well, Hard Candy had these plumping serums that are very dupeable. So even if you can't find the exact shade, if you like this formulation like Buxom, this is a formulation dupe, go for the Hard Candies. These are $6. This is Pink Teddy. Now, honestly, Pink Teddy, and I can't find my White Russian, is pretty much a dupe for White Russian. I mean, I'm going to show it to you, and you're going to go, if you have White Russian, you're going to go, yep, that's pretty much White Russian right there. So that's Pink Teddy. So, and they wear similar. The difference is that they're not as stingy. They don't have the bite of the Buxoms, which I like. So these aren't as like plumping. Personally, I don't think none of them plump you, but they give you that, like, you know, mint feeling, you know, that sting that kind of plumps you up. So this one is not as strong as the Buxom, but it does have it. But if you're looking for that same finish and similar colors, you're going to get that Hard Candy. All right, so now my next one is for these. Now, these are the Becca, what do they call them? The Liquid Crystal Lip Topper Glow Glosses. Because, you know, a gloss isn't a gloss until it has 5 words in front of it. So anyway, they had these out. Actually, I think you can still get them on the Becca website, because nothing goes away on Becca's website, even if it's limited edition, for half price. But they're supposedly gone. Now, this one is the Amethyst and Geode one. I have like 3 of them. I really do like them. I think they're very pretty. Just a really pretty look on the, you know, they got the glow. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this glow. Look at this glow. It's a really pretty, like, duochrome, purpley vibe. All right, so I found one that would give you the same thing. And that is the Wet n Wild Color Icon, one of the Zodiac ones in Pisces. Now, I have all of the Zodiac ones, you know. But this is Pisces. And when you see them, you're going to be like, yep, sure are. Now, the thing is, I kind of like the Pisces one a little better because it's not quite as thick on the lips as the Becca ones. But if you look at them, trust me, this is a purpley one, this is a purpley one. Yeah. So they look really nice on the lips. They both have that little purple duochrome with the little silver glitter in it. They're both not gritty on the lips. Like I said, this one isn't quite as thick as this one. So if you like it, because I'm telling you, these are still around, I think, for $11. You might want to check the Becca site. But these are $4.99. So take a choice. Because those were $22 and I didn't pay $22. Just so you know, because y'all know I ain't going to pay that. All right, so 2 lip colors, liquid lipsticks. This is the Dosted. This is the Dose of Colors Chocolate Wasted. And this is, you know, everybody love them some Dose of Colors. Oh, we love Dose of Colors. And Dose of Colors isn't that super expensive. They're like $18 a piece. You can get them on sale. But this is Chocolate Wasted. And this is a really, really nice. I mean, from when you're talking about a chocolate lip, that's a chocolate lip. A dark chocolate lip. I love a dark chocolate lip. So here's the dupe for it. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Le Chocolat one in 70% Yum. This right here, you might as well just say, yep, these are basically the same color, y'all. This is basically the same color. And you want to have, you know, if you want to have that chocolate, this one smells like chocolate. This one smells like buttercream. So, this all one. And, of course, you can always get L'Oreal on sale. But, yeah, so this is basically the same colors. Very deep, dark chocolate colors for the lips. Now, this one, this is so funny. Now, let me tell y'all about this. This is the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lips in Out Loud. I have been wanting this for a long time, and it's kind of hard to get because it is one of the most popular ones by Smashbox. This particular color, it's just like a universally flattering orange. I mean, it just looks good on everybody. I mean, everybody can wear Out Loud. That's why it's always, this sells out a lot. I mean, I've gone 2 or 3 times looking for it and it's gone. So I finally got a hold of it. And then about a couple of weeks later, I'm in the store and I'm buying some stuff, and I wound up buying this, and I was like, wait a minute, does this look what I think it does? And this is the e.l.f. Modern Metals lip color. I don't know what the color is called, but it was the lip color in the Modern Metals, you know, set they came out with. It's still available. I don't know what they call it, but I was like, hold up, is this almost the same exact color as Out Loud? And yes, it is. Yes, it is. When it dries down, it's basically the same color as Out Loud. So I was like, so I've been with that. So $24, $6. You make your choice. I like them both, but you know, I'm just saying you can make a choice. All right, so that is it for my dupes. Like I said, we will be doing, I will be doing, oh, come on right here. What's going on my hand? I got stuff all over. I will be doing eyeshadow dupes, eye palette dupes, and things like that soon, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, it's your Lulu. Be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free. Have a great day. Sorry.